Most of the operations on BD Kaiserslautern are passenger related, like this express headed north towards Langmile, or this commuter train, which is headed back south, headed towards Kaiserslautern. These passenger trains run on a set timetable and are run on the layout using a fast time clock. But in addition to the passenger trains, we do have some freight operations. For an example, here comes a local freight, or an NG as it's abbreviated in German, headed southward with a mixed freight and headed towards Neuhemsbach to do some switching. When we're working with our freight trains, we have car cards which show which the cars are and where they're going. And an example of that can be seen here. The top of the card is the station it's going to, the specific place at that station, what's in the card, its load, the designation of the type of car, a picture so we can help find it, and where it originated from. In addition to the boxcar, our train has a tanker car, a gravel car, a gondola, a hopper car of coal, and bringing up the rear, a refrigerator car with Bitburger beer. Our first stop is going to be the small town of Neuhemsbach. As our train comes into town, we see that Neuhemsbach's a small farming community. Since we do have some switching here, we'll be taking the siding just after we cross over the road. As our engine pulls up and stops, we'll take a look to see what work we actually have to do in the town here. At the bill box, we see that there are two spots for parking cars in Neuhemsbach. We have the Lagerhaus, the grain house and its warehouse, and the freight station itself. Inside each box are the cars that are there. We've got an empty grain car. We've got a full grain car. We've got a boxcar of seed. We've got another boxcar over at the train station, and an empty hopper car at the train station. To help determine which of these cars we need to take with us, there's also a small map showing where we are. Since we're in Neuhemsbach, we want to take anything that's headed towards Enkenbach, Kaiserslautern, Saarbrücken, Hochspeyer, Mannheim, etc. Cars headed the other direction will leave, and anything that's to be spotted in Neuhemsbach hasn't finished loading or unloading yet, so it will stay too. On our train, we've got a boxcar that we need to leave at the Lagerhaus. So, with our cars in hand, let's do some switching. First, we'll pull forward with our boxcar, because we're going to have to put that into the siding. In order to get it properly placed at the warehouse, we're going to have to first pull out the two grain cars. So once we've coupled on, we back in, couple up to the boxcar at the freight house, pull them all back out. So we're moving forward. Back past the switch. And then we'll stick the boxcar that we're picking up onto our train and the grain car that we're picking up onto our train, and temporarily put the empty grain car there so we can spot the boxcar properly. Now that we just have the boxcar, we can pull forward again, throw the switch, and back it down and park it at the warehouse. With that properly spotted, we now go back to get the empty grain car, because we'll have to position it back at the elevator so it can get filled. We'll have to leave it here in New Hemsbach until they're finished loading, so another train will be picking that one up to take it to its final destination. Finally, we back down onto our train and get it all set. We've been fortunate and nothing's interrupted our switching so far, but this is a busy line for passenger trains as well, and now we notice that one of the locals is coming through, so we'll have to sit here and let it pass. While it goes by, look at the end of our train, and you'll notice that we just barely fit in the siding here. We've actually met our train limit, which on the schedule is set by the number of axles. So we won't be able to pick up the two cars that are waiting over by the freight station to take them on our way. We'll just have to leave those for a later train. As our signal clears, we pull out with what we've got and head on off Genkenbach. I hope this has given you an idea of how away freight switches on my layout. Please feel free to leave any questions in the comments, and I'll try to address them.